Hey internet, so I was looking at the comments on my last style video, which was my fall fashion haul. You can check it out here if you haven't already. And I noticed that somebody called I Love You 345 had commented a suggestion that I do a video on shopping tips, and I just could not believe how appropriate that would be for a little shopaholic like me. So this is me doing that video. Thank you so very much for the suggestion. So if any of you guys have any particular videos that you would like to see, leave them in the comments below, because I'm always inspired by reading your comments, and this is your channel too. So without any further ado, I should probably get right into my top 10 shopping tips, because I don't want to make this video too long-winded. So, number 1, make sure that you check the quality of the fabric. And I wish there was a way that I could teach you how to do this on camera, but it's just something that you need to practice by feeling really high quality fabrics. One way to teach yourself how to do this is to go to a really upscale store and just pick out some really expensive items that you're not planning to buy and try and get a good feel for what a high quality silk, a high quality jersey, and a high quality knit, especially a cashmere knit, actually feel like. And once you know that, once that's ingrained and embalmed into your fashion know-how, you will then be able to pick out pieces at a really high success rate and really fast from huge volumes of clothing. First thing that I do is not to look at fit, price, or brand, it's to feel the fabric, always. I'm very tactile that way with clothing. If you shop with me, you would definitely see me do it. My second shopping tip is highly practical, which is you should always check the care instructions before you buy something. At least if it's dry clean only, you will know, and you will know that you are getting yourself into a little bit more of an investment and a little bit more upkeep than if you can wash it at home. If it says hand wash or cold water wash, you are home free to just put it on a delicate cycle with cold water and a high quality detergent with similar colors. If you do that, you will be a-okay, and so will your item of clothing, which is really important if you don't want to be spending a lot of money and time dry cleaning. My third tip is to be adventurous. So many of us, including myself, just get into shopping patterns, and you just go to the same store that has a proven record of having high quality items that are a good fit for your personal style and your lifestyle, so your workplace, your school, whatever your situation. But sometimes it can be really healthy and energizing and fun to go to a new store that you don't usually go to. My usual patterns include Zara, Club Monaco especially, and for more high-end items, Tory Burch is my constant staple, as is Diane von Furstenberg. Recently, I tried a new store that several of my friends recommended to me, which is Anthropologie. I didn't think I would like it for some reason, but as soon as I went in there, I just felt at home. I loved all of the lifestyle items that they had for your kitchen, for your home, and for your wardrobe. And my fourth shopping tip is to be antisocial. I know, it's not the funnest, but I usually shop alone, or I shop with my mom, but that's just because she and I are so similar and know each other so well that it's not so much a social time as it is, you know, like we are on a shopping mission. So if you have a person in your life like that, that's totally fine. I'm also not saying that you shouldn't go have a fun time with your friend at stores, but if you really want to have a fulfilling shopping experience, and that's your aim, not browsing or having a casual afternoon, but let's say you want to expand your work wardrobe, I really recommend that you go alone, because you're going to be able to shop at your own pace and really use your own thought process to decide what to buy, which ultimately, no matter what anyone will say, no matter how many sales associates harp on you, is the only voice that you should really be trusting, because you're going to be the one wearing it. My fifth tip is to always try things on. And I can honestly say with this that I do practice what I preach, unless I've shopped at that store for so long that I know my exact size and that I know that they never vary. So one of those examples would be pants at Lululemon. They're really consistent about their sizing. The main aim when you're trying something on is to actually make sure that it fits you properly. Maybe you won't be able to decide in that fitting room whether you ultimately want to keep it, whether it's your style, but at least you'll know that you're bringing it home and it fits you properly. Both clothing that is too big for you and clothing that is too small for you are equal evils, because both of them will not look right on you and both of them will require some kind of tailoring. If it's too big, you might be able to get it tailored down, but do that with the awareness that not everything can be tailored and many things are expensive to be tailored. So make sure that you think about all of that when you're in that fitting room before you make an impulse buy. Number 6, which is kind of related to the other things that I've talked about, is to check the return policy at the store that you are going to. Not all stores are equally friendly to returns. For example, Lululemon, as much as I love them and they are my favorite exercise wear, really do not have a great return policy. Other stores have a decent return policy. Zara is kind of sitting in the middle. Keep the tag on, keep the receipt, you're all good. You have a couple weeks. Other stores like Gap, Banana Republic, and Anthropologie that I know of are extremely friendly to returns. No matter what, it is always worth asking. And this is a good shopping tip because it will save you money that you can then buy other stuff with. True tip of a shopaholic. Tip number 7 is just don't overload yourself. All of us have a different shopping capacity. Mine, and you know, it's unsurprising given this channel, is pretty large, so I can do quite a few hours of shopping before I just get tired and overloaded. Too many images, too many different things going on, too many things to try on or bags to carry. I can definitely last a while, but I know when I've reached my limit and it's time for a meal, it's time for a bath, it's time to stop and do something else productive with my day. And if you feel like it's just not going well, you're not finding things that you like, you're not having a good time, just go home, because whatever you buy in that particular mood is probably not going to be a great purchase that you'll love for a long time. Tip number 8 is to watch and wait. And this is especially effective with online shopping, whereas all my previous tips are geared more at the in-person shopper, which I do tend to be. If you watch and wait, you can find pieces that you really like and wait for them to get cheaper. This is especially effective at stores like Banana Republic, J. Crew, and Club Monaco that have very regular, very steep sales. I really do think it's worth waiting at stores like that because they do repeat their patterns. So even if you follow my advice and then you scorn me because you got unlucky and they don't have your size anymore, if you wait till next season, it will come around again, or you can find it in a different store, because that black cashmere cardigan, as much as you really liked it, is not unique in the world and somebody else has thought of it too. So wait and watch and get a good deal, because there's nothing like that feeling that you got that piece that you really wanted at a quarter of the price. Tip number 9 is to check out outlets. I'm a huge outlet shopper. Every time that I go to the States, over to Bellingham, over to Linwood, or especially the Waikele premium outlets in Hawaii, I just have a field day because I love that spirit of the outlet where everything is together. They are names that I know and trust with very severely discounted prices. You have to beware, however, in that a lot of stores are now being really sneaky and trying to outsmart us, because they are making pieces especially for the outlet that have never been in their stores and that are maybe not as high quality as their normal merchandise. And so there's no way that you can really be foolproof about outlet shopping other than making sure that you're not buying something just because it's at the outlet, just because it's cheap, and that you keep to the other tips that I've given you. So watch out for quality, washability, and fit. And if you stick to all of those, then you'll be pretty sure that you got a really good deal at the outlet and that it was worth going to. My 10th and final tip is that there is more than one sort of trend. I know that everybody refers to new things that we're seeing on the runway and in magazines as trends, but I think of trends in two ways. The first way is that they are entertaining. They're just supposed to liven up my style. The second way that I think of trends and what I go for and what I embrace and what I recommend for you if you want to make sure that you're going to love that piece is to think of a trend as a new introduction into your style that you will keep loving even after it's gone out of fashion, even after it's not trendy anymore. So it might be trendy right now. If you wear it, you'll be within the curve like everyone else, kind of doing a fun thing. But once it's out, no one's gonna notice that it's not trendy anymore, but you're still wearing it. And the way to achieve that is to pick something that you know you will keep loving that fits in your wardrobe. It might sound unachievable, but it totally is. To give you an example, over the last year, I've really embraced the trend of flowery prints, those really kind of Laura Ashley big blossoms I fell in love with. I've also fallen in love with animal prints, pastel colors, and the texture of lace in really beautiful flowy dresses. All of those were trends that have been introduced into my wardrobe that I wouldn't necessarily have easily found before they came into fashion, but they're also pieces that I just love, that just inherently fit my style. And so when those go out of fashion and you can't find them hanging in Zara anymore, they're still going to be hanging in my wardrobe because I still love them and I made a good choice. So that is it for my top 10 shopping tips. I hope you guys found this video useful. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!